technology is no longer just an enabler.
The customer experience used to be all about product quality and service quality for all these decades. What has changed now is that definition.
We have to make sure that we are able to get that every technology piece into our product today so that we can create a better tomorrow.
Namaskar and welcome to the brand new episode of India Leadership Talk, our flagship platform by ET Manufacturing, where we bring together visionary leaders shaping the next chapter of India's industrial and business evolution. I'm your host Deepanshu Taumar, and today we're decoding one of the most transformative shifts of our time, the digital reinvention of the enterprise landscape. Today we are living in an era where technology is no longer just an enabler, it's a very engine driving innovation, growth and competitive advantage. From AI-powered personalization and predictive intelligence to immersive experiences, digital twins and sustainable innovation, the future of enterprise is being rewritten by the intersection of data, design and human insight. And leading this evolution are two industry trailblazers who are helping organizations reimagine how they design products, optimize operations and create value in fast-changing world. Please join me in welcoming Vijay, Balakrishnan, Executive Vice President and Chief Digital and Information Officer at Godrej, a leader transforming legacy powerhouse into a future-ready digital-first enterprise. We are also joined by Vivek Salvi, Senior Sales Director at Dassault Systèmes India, a global technology leader enabling companies to build intelligent, connected and sustainable business experience. In this episode of India Leadership Talk, together we are exploring how technology is redefining every layer of the enterprise, from innovation and operation to engagement and growth, and what it will take for the business to thrive in the world where transformation is continuous, connected and data-driven. Hello and welcome to another edition of India Leadership Talks. Today we are joined by Mr. Vijay and Vivek. Welcome to the show. Vijay, would like to understand from you, how do you see the customer expectations are evolving in last few years, and especially with the rapid digital transformation, and how you are leveraging the new age technologies at Godrej Enterprises like AI and digital tools to enhance customer experience?
Thank you. So thanks for having me over. First of all, let's understand customer experience. The term is, I think what it means is transformed completely over the last couple of decades. First of all, we stand on the legacy of trust that our brand strives for, and the quality that our products have always lived through, that our seniors have created over the last 100 years. But the customer experience used to be all about product quality and service quality for all these decades. What has changed now is that definition, right? So the customers don't really compare us with our competition anymore. They compare us with the experience they get with all other brands, irrespective of whether they are in our industry or otherwise. Be it a online platform that they purchase from, the quick commerce experience that they go through, or a warmth of a digital native retail store and the hyper-personalization that kind of they get in those stores. I think that understanding the definition is very critical. So now comes to what does it mean when we say customer experience? It's about deepening the trust. It is about empathetic connect with the customers, understanding their needs. And it is about converting all of this into a long-term loyalty that we could eventually bring from them, right? So role of technology broadly in today's world, AI, generative AI exclusively, a lot. Because when I say empathy, I need to understand the customer's needs better than they do, their needs of the future. What would, I think that evolving demographics and their usage patterns and their expectations from what we make is very important. That comes from a 360-degree analysis and what we call as a customer digital twin. Secondly, when I say, second thing is innovation. I think when we say innovation, it is more around innovation in our products, AI-enabled, smart, connected products on one side, but also a lot of technology that would make the processes of engagement with the customers, be it marketing, sales, or service, much faster and seamless from a customer perspective. And thirdly, like I said, that consistency in their experience. A customer goes through like a huge journey with us. Across all the touch points in the journey, make it a very connected, consistent experience. That is where we use AI and technology a lot.
Vivek, you coming from the digital company like Dassault Systems, we would like to understand your viewpoint on the similar customer experience journey. How are things changing across sectors, specifically when we talk about the enterprises? What is your view? How are you helping companies like Godrej to accelerate this transformation?
So thank you, Deepanshu and Vijay, and it's a pleasure to be in a conversation with you, both of you. Today, if we look at it in terms of the digital transformation that has been a buzzword around the industry, it has gone beyond far than the functions that we look at it, like sales and marketing. It's basically redefining how the organization will work on design, manufacturing, and sell their product or support the services to the consumer. And that is basically putting up a very required need to all the industry. If you look at it, they need to look at it where they have a unified structure, where they can capture the voice of a customer right from the concept or from the market research. That flows back into design. The same goes back to the manufacturing. That goes early in the cycle to consumer to look at it. And that's where it makes a fundamental difference for a company like us to get into a platform which will allow the organizations to co-create, look at it, and retain a same version of truth throughout the life cycle of a product. Secondly, if you look at it in terms of how the technology is enabling, the part is to develop a product which is feel much early in the cycle before it is being manufactured, where you could give a tool or give a product to the consumer to look at it. It's just not about from a look perspective now, it's creating an emotion to it. It's creating how it would be deployed, how it could be used, and how it could be serviced. So it's basically creating early in the cycle all these niche elements where you create a product and help digitally organizations like Godrej or some of other leading brands to use the technology beyond just sales and marketing.
Got it.
So that's what the role that we play.
Got it. Vijay, since we're talking about customer experience, and customer experience nowadays is more centric towards personalization, and with and also with a lot of talks around future of experience, how will it look like because of the technologies like AI. So keeping this at the heart of our discussion today, what are the technologies, frameworks that are helping Godrej to deliver personalization at scale right now?
So I think little bit today's customer is extremely informed, and little bit on the psyche of the customer itself, right? When we say customer, they are well informed, they have very little time or patience, and they're very discerning overall, and they have this plethora of much better, faster, pre-stitched experiences that they go through. That puts a lot of pressure in terms of expectations from the same. We address the same customer, although in different industries, different kind of products. The experience cannot be too much of a divide between them purchasing a grocery this morning versus when they come to evaluate our products. So that is very critical. We specifically have about 3 to 4 agentic, I would say, employees working for us, agents that are live and kicking. And this morning I just come fresh off of reviewing another 4 more agents that we are looking at, from a tonality agent to a empathy agent and so on, because we are trying to see.
Can we deep dive into these
Yeah,
agents?
absolutely we will. Absolutely we will. But before we do that, right? So when it comes to hyper-personalization and use of technology, I think it comes at 3 levels. Number one is our products. Our products are increasingly smart and connected. If you look at right from our logs to our appliances to our industrial projects, everything is connected today. Everything is smart. They are IoT enabled, which means we get a large number of data about the usage patterns, the kind of service calls they make. We are able to preempt what kind of potential issues that might come, and we are able to fix them much earlier, at least nudge our service team in the direction. So the outgoing service calls is increasing, and the incoming calls should eventually dip down when we are a little bit ahead of the curve. I think that's the primary part of it. Second thing is customer experience is a lot related to our supply chain, because we hear our customers a lot. Sentiment analysis in terms of what they feel about our product, about our brand, whether right from good, bad to also qualifying it, double clicking into it and say what part of it, if it is supply chain, what leg of the supply chain was the issue. So we are able to go that deep and use all that to fix our processes internally, right? So that's the second big area where it will help hyper personalize a very differentiated experience to the same customer when they potentially are a repeat customer. And thirdly, of course, the features itself in our product, right? So because, like I said, all our products are smart, but not just smart in terms of us understanding the customer and the usage, but also in terms of the features. There are a lot of AI-enabled features today in our ACs, in our refrigerators. It's just going to go exponentially increasing in the next few months and years. I think those are the levels where we deliver that hyper-personalized experience to our customers.
Got it. Vivek, as Vijay has given so many examples on how he's using technology to create personalization. Do you think, are we heading towards autonomous and self-optimizing world and when it's come to personalization customer experience?
See, the way I think, Deepanshu, the trends are changing with technology. I think the consumers are no more looking at it specifically to the product and the functions. They are getting it associated with the brands. And typically anybody who looks at a brand, they look at it three things. Are they getting emotionally connected with the brand? Secondly, they look at it in terms of the usability of the product. And third piece, which I feel is today, we all are looking for a demonstrating the responsibility part of it. That means, are we looking at it creating something for the planet? And this is a combination which now are getting associated of a technology, and it is putting a lot of pressure on technology to look at it. I keep speaking about it on a various forums, and topic I talk about it very closely is what our customers have to create based on the customer need for the next year. We will have to be ready today for it. We have to make sure that we are able to get that every technology piece into our product today so that we can create a better tomorrow. And this is being leveraged with a power of tools in the technology to create a virtual twin. And virtual twin is just not about creating and analyzing it, but it touches all the part and element of a human. We look at it 6 senses from the point of view: feel, touch, smell. Can I get that into a product virtually? And can I do it? So you need a lot of things on our data to make it happen. And that's where we are heading towards the technology piece, which now within Dassault Systèmes we call as a Gen 7, where the knowledge and know-how that an organization has built over the year, as Vijay said, over the 100 years of Godrej, if you look at it, there is immense knowledge and know-how that have been generated. Can we capture it? Can I leverage it to create a virtual twin? It could be product, it could be process, it could be how the human will feel to it. And that's where we look at it, a brand or a product that we wanted to look at it is winning the heart, and at the same time, it is creating a pleasant environment for the sustainability part that we wanted to live for the future.
So picking on the sustainability part and coming to Vijay on this, sustainability is now one of the most challenging part for any business now. So how Godrej is using digital tools from traceability platforms to circular designs, analytics to align your sustainability goals?
So I will put that into two primary buckets. So there is internally we call it green for IT and IT for green. So the IT for green is the aspect where we kind of plug into the product design equation itself, more digital adoption, and at the same time reusability and then promoting more sustainable practices across the supply chain all the way till the very end. Right. So I think our product speaks for those. We continuously are conscious about the utilization, the power utilization, how much we are able to, the energy utilization can come down by efficient use of our products. How much are we putting those in guidelines? And we talked about self-healing. We are trying to be self-conscious in terms of our products being conscious about the environment on their own and self-adjusting to the more optimum, let's say, features of operations based on what is good for the environment. That is on one side, and there is also a little bit around, eventually all the digital intervention that is required to report on sustainability, carbon footprint, and so on. I think that's also where technology focus is there. But there is also this piece which is usually overlooked, which is green for IT, which is more around, what is, we think digitization is eco-friendly, but is it really? And what is the carbon footprint of my data center? How is it evolving year on year? Am I making a very conscious effort in terms of my choice of cloud partners? Are they being very eco-friendly? At the end of the day, we cannot just pass the buck to say that I buy from this supplier, but then I am not really responsible for how eco-friendly they are, because ultimately it is your footprint that boils down there. So I think a combination of these two, we are being very, very, I think, surgical in our approach to even digitization to make sure we hit where it matters. And then there is naturally efficiency that gets extracted out of it, better customer experience that comes out of it. But at the same time, we are not trying to make it like a peanut butter spread to say that, oh, you know what, let's change this entire process end to end, irrespective of what the return is, and assuming that becomes sustainable.
So sustainability is like a kind of a wishful thinking unless it is attached to the business value, right, Vivek? So would like to understand from you as a technology company, how are you creating impact or intervening companies with like Godrej to create those business value in terms of getting things and achieving those goals?
Sustainability has always been, I think, for a couple of decades, is very close to Dassault's heart. And when we look at it in terms of whichever product that we have innovated for last 4 decades, sustainability was always at heart. Because if you look at it, the purpose of Dassault System was to create nature and harmonize and product. That was our purpose 40 years back, and it still remains the same for us to do it. What we look at it is in terms of sustainability is just not a word to Dassault Systems. It ensures that everybody is collaborated. Today, innovation will not happen on independent. Innovation will happen when you involve multiple stakeholders. It could be your suppliers, it could be the consumer, it could be the product who is going to use it, how the end of life of the product will take place. And that's where we look at it to stitch everything together. As Vijay said, if you're buying a product from somebody and you can't say, okay, I'm using it sub-assembly or assembly and I'm putting into my product, what kind of a carbon footprint it has, you will have to be responsible for it. So you need to look at it, your supply chain, which is more efficient. Are they looking at it because their value you will have to derive and you will have to put it as a part of your carbon footprint when you declare it. And that's where we look at it. And today, if we look at it in terms of over the years, the innovation that has come, it has been towards whether we have helped the organizations to build up a clean mobility vehicles, look at it smart and efficient medical devices, or if it's a consumer packaging. We always looked at it, can this product be a better with the keeping in sustainability, which is basically the material reutilization. So you will have to always look at it, what kind of material goes in it, how it could be sustainable to the nature earth, and how it could be conserved in the future.
Got it. Vijay, last question to you. If you have to sum up the future of customer experience in one sentence at Godrej Enterprise, what it would be?
I think, first of all, it's too tough to summarize in a single sentence, but it would be more agentic uh, uh, agentic, empathetic automation, right? It's that's the direction we are trying to get into. Human-like conversation, but being more efficient, because there's, again, like I said, the expectations from our customers are very demanding. They want it very quick, but that's where the agentic automation comes to play. It has to be cognitive, but we cannot overlook the need for being more empathetic at the same time. So I would say a lot of focus around cognitive agentic automation in terms of not just what we do in terms of customer facing processes, because customer experience is a continuum, according to me. If I just fix one end of the process and say, oh, customer experience is going to transform, that's not going to happen. It needs to start from my factories, from my design, and make it a feedback loop at every point in time. So design, my factories, my supply chain, all the way to my products and the customer, it all together deliver customer experience, what we see. So I would say agentic automation, cognitive automation, but then whenever it comes to a human interaction, have a balance of empathy so that we deliver that human-like experience will be our primary focus. And we strive to be more efficient and environment conscious in terms of our products, in terms of what we do internally, but also what we sell to the outside world.
Yeah. Vivek, how do you summarize customer experience for the future?
I think it's a dream to live it, and I wish we see a phenomenal customer experience that we will be speaking, and it will redefine especially the CPG and retail industry. We look at it from a point where tools like 3D Experience platform will help not only the manufacturers, the partners, the consumer to co-create together a design which could have a meaningful and impactful impact on sustainability. At the same time, it is very personalized because you are co-creating together, and it has a meaningful, and end of the day is a meaningful touch to you, and that leaves you with a very happy. So that's where I look at it in terms of how the experience would leave it to the consumer, connecting all these three dots together.
Nicely summed up by Vivek and Vijay, both of you. The future of customer experience looks really exciting. Thank you so much for joining us at India Leadership Talk today.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
You.